Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because their mind is scattered, pulled in 1,000 different directions. But everything changed for him the day he discovered the power of a focused mind. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't weak. He was simply unfocused. Every day felt like running in circles, a chaotic sprint that led nowhere. He started 10 things, but he finished none. His desk was a mess, a physical representation of his cluttered thoughts, and his goals were even messier. Emails remained unanswered, piling up like digital monuments to his procrastination. Projects were left half-done, their potential slowly fading away. His biggest dreams, the ones that once ignited a fire within him, were left untouched, gathering dust in the corners of his mind. Deep inside, he knew he could be more. There was a nagging voice, a faint whisper of his true potential that told him he was capable of greatness. But his mind, it wouldn't stay still long enough to build anything real. It was a wild horse, galloping from one distraction to the next, refusing to be tamed. Then one night, staring at his reflection in a dark window, he realized 6 months had passed and nothing had changed. Half a year had vanished and he had nothing to show for it. No progress on his goals. No clarity in his vision. Just noise. A constant, deafening hum of distractions and unfulfilled intentions. He remembered something his mentor once told him, a piece of wisdom that had been buried under layers of mental clutter. Focus is a habit, not a talent. It was a simple sentence, but in that moment of raw honesty, it struck him with the force of a revelation. Focus wasn't something you were born with. It was something you built, brick by brick, day by day. For the first time, he asked himself a question that would alter the course of his life. What if I just focused on one thing, deeply, every single day? What if he stopped trying to conquer the world all at once, and instead aimed to win a single, meaningful battle each morning? He started small. The change wasn't a dramatic, overnight transformation. It was a quiet, deliberate choice, made in the stillness of the early morning. Every morning, he chose only one important task. Just one. This was his one thing morning. It wasn't always the biggest or the hardest task, but it was the one that, if completed, would move him closer to his long-term goals. For 90 minutes, there were no distractions. He put his phone in another room, silencing the siren call of social media. He disabled all notifications on his computer, closing the gateway to endless emails and pop-up. It was just him, his chosen task, and the quiet determination to see it through. And slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the noise began to fade. The mental chatter subsided, replaced by a calm, steady concentration. Instead of chasing every random thought that popped into his head, he created a new system. He kept a tiny piece of paper on his desk, his distraction list. Whenever an intrusive thought arose, check phone. New idea for a different project. I wonder what's on YouTube. He didn't fight it or follow it. He simply wrote it down and immediately returned to his task. Acknowledging the distraction disarmed it. His mind learned that these impulses would be addressed later, and it gradually learned to stay. Every night, he implemented a simple, powerful ritual. The 10-minute reset. Before finishing his day, he spent just 10 minutes cleaning his desk and preparing for tomorrow. He organized papers, put away books, and wrote down his one thing for the next morning. His physical environment became clear and uncluttered, and his mind followed. Waking up to an organized space created a sense of calm and control, setting the stage for a focused day ahead. He didn't change his life in one day. He changed his habits, and his habits changed his life. Weeks passed, then months, and slowly, without any grand announcement, everything shifted. The transformation was not a sudden explosion, but a quiet unfolding. He finished projects he once abandoned, projects that had once seemed impossibly large. He read more books in 1 year than he had in the last 5 combined, feeding his mind with knowledge and new perspectives. His confidence, once a distant memory, returned with a quiet strength. His mind felt sharper, calmer, and stronger than it had in years. The fog of confusion had lifted, revealing a clear path forward. For the first time, he felt in control, not of the world, with its inherent chaos and unpredictability, but of his mind. He had learned to be the master of his own attention, the director of his own mental energy. Your life won't change because you work harder. It will change because you focus deeper. Overworking leads to burnout, but deep focus leads to breakthroughs. The secret isn't more effort. It's more intentional effort. Start small. Start simple. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Choose one habit that resonates with you. Choose one task to give your undivided attention to. Choose one moment to be fully present. Your future self is waiting for you, and it will thank you for the small, consistent steps you take today. The power to change your life isn't out there in some book or seminar. It's already inside you. Quiet your mind, focus your energy, and watch your world transform.